What's up, my people? G Night in your area. Yo, I wanted to let y'all know something about G Night. Since 2020, before all that extra special demic came, um, it was a rough road. I had just had back surgery, and I was just trying to get on my feet. And this is back in 2020. Um, After that, a lot of things happened. And my brother had his heart had failed, and he had to get a heart transplant. And at the same time, my dad had got dementia, and it was rapid. Uh, my son had a bacteria infection in his arm. He almost lost his arm. And then COVID. These are all at the same time. And throughout all that, my son helped me when my back surgery was over. I had to learn to walk again. I had to get a walker. I had to do all kind of things. But I never gave up hope. Just how my father raised me. And my father and I and my son, we all went out. That was the last time he really remembered who we were. Went out many times after that, but it seemed like he reverted back to a child, to tell you the truth. Anyway, my brother finally got his heart transplant, and they found out the kidneys was going bad, so he actually got heart and kidney transplant. He's doing great. We ain't raised to mope, so you rarely see that from me. But like I say, you gotta live, you gotta love, and you gotta laugh when possible. And your mental will take over your physical. So if you feeling not right, your body's gonna follow. I don't do that. That's not my way. You know what I'm saying? So just coming from the heart of G Night, I was raised to help, to assist, and to be strong for the others. That's just how I was. And my father's dementia went heavy. They put him in the VA, and they wouldn't let us see him until it was time for him to go. My father's a strong person. So he wouldn't eat because he didn't know anybody. And since there was nobody close to him, I have a feeling he decided that, there was nowhere else to go. So while that's happening, my sister and me and my brother on speakerphone said our last goodbyes. I had to leave the hospital because I was about to tear the VA apart because they wouldn't do what I thought they should do. But my sister is the strong one, and she pulled me through. I want to thank my sister for that. Meanwhile, I'm barely walking. My son's going through a bacteria infection, which hospital diagnosed twice wrong, and that's why he almost lost his arm. But he's good now because he's a Knighton too. So throughout that, my brother gets his heart and his kidney. My pops pass away. My son is taking care of me and trying to deal with his arm. I get stronger. I start taking care of him. And the job is just a job, I know that now. And it was giving me a hard time. I had to take a leave of absence. Luckily, I had rainy day money, and I could handle it at the time. When I got back to work, they gave me a hard time, and they ran me through the gauntlet. But I stood strong. I refused to give up. And so I I don't mope. That's just not my thing. And so I just stood strong and just kept going. And they harassed and bothered me to the bitter end. And a Friday, June, I can't remember, mid-June, I almost had enough, but I didn't give up. And my son was getting better. He had had 5 surgeries, and I just kept hoping for the best. So what I did was I didn't mope. I stayed strong. I kept the faith. And my son got better. The job got worse. And I had to let go and let the Most High take over for a while because I was about to be out of control. And that worked. So what I did was I just let him handle it. And when I got home that Friday after the last day I couldn't take it at the job, that Sunday I was heading to work on Monday morning and a voice said, make a left. When I make a right, I'm going to work. I make a left, I'm going toward Kaiser. So I went to Kaiser. And when I went to Kaiser, long story short, when I got there, he said I was at 20%. He said I probably had like 3 days, and he didn't know why I was still in high hopes in the mood I was in, but that's just me. So June 13th is when I pulled up, 2022, and let them, do what they had to do. And they took me to emergency surgery June 22nd because I didn't have the strength to get through it at first. And I did that. And now I'm back. You know what I'm saying? G Night in your area. And that's how the last couple years have gone. And since my son's arm was better and he was stronger, when I came home, he took care of me. So we went back and forth. He took care of me when my back surgery. I took care of him after his arm. And he took care of me after my heart. And I'm still going. You know what I'm saying? So, and my pops passed. And my brother with the heart and kidney. And now I appreciate life. You know what I'm saying? So when you live, love, and laugh, I truly mean it. When you can. But you got to keep your hope up. You got to have faith. Because your mental will tear your physical apart. And I refuse to give up. So that's what's been happening. It's going to be a year in about 2 weeks since my double valve replacement. And I'm going to send it day by day story on YouTube to you when I get it organized and get that site open. So just head to G Night in your area when you can. Just the letter G, KNIGHT in your area. And that's about it. That's what I went through, and that's how this got going. Malik, D-Don, a lot of Solar, a lot of GBA came through, and I remember Malik saying, you need to go and put it out there because brothers don't know what's going on, and he kind of got me on this, him and D-Don. So Skills, much praise is due, and Malik for getting me in this mode. And I just wanted to let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? And as usual, I will get back to you. Word.